Hi Pisces, what's up? How's everyone doing? Welcome to your April 2017 forecast. For all of those who are new to my channel, my name is JJ and I'm glad to have you here. So, Pisces, I'm going into your reading today because over the last 2 days I've gotten a lot of questions, mostly from air signs, about Pisces. There seems to be some confusion there, and it's different for people, of course, so it's not like everyone is going through the same experience, but I figured that there was a very interesting dynamic going on there because I don't frequently get asked about Pisces, and I don't frequently get asked about the same sign within the same time period. So when that happens, a pattern starts to form and develop, of course. And in this case, all of these questions have been coming from air signs, and so I'm wondering if there's something there. Okay. Not to impose a theme on this video. This is still a general reading, so this is going to be your general reading for April, you guys. If I'm a bit slow, I'm sorry. I've had a horrible day. Okay. Just going to get into it. So last month was a very important month for Pisces and for everyone. I linked a lot of signs to your video, Pisces, last month. I don't know if they got around to watching it, but I felt it was essential since we were concluding the astrological year with you, and now we've begun it with Aries. You're benefiting still from this boost of energy. Venus is staying in your sign for quite a long time in this period. It's going retrograde back into your sign soon. I don't entirely remember when, but Venus was in your sign sometime last month, and then it left your sign briefly, and it will be back. So, for all those of you who want to, I don't know, go shopping, change your hair, it's a good time. Spend a bit more on yourself. Why not? Ooh. I really need to stretch. Oh. I'm going to put this back because it didn't flip. Looking for one more card from this Rider-Waite. Then we'll try to make sense of what's popped out here. And then I want to draw 5 additional cards from the Deviant Moon deck to act as clarifiers. Actually, I'm going to put these cards in the hoop. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, 6 of Swords, Sun card, Tower card, so some great positive changes happening, big ones, with this Sun card next to this Tower card. The Sun card can decrease the rather harsh influence that the Tower card can have. So this is why, all in all, I see it as a very positive combination here. Nothing to fret about, certainly. And I see that a lot of your blessings this month come from the fact that a lot of you know what it is that has been kind of like slowing you down previously. And you finally taken initiative to cut that out. And it can be everything from the way that you are handling your diet to a belief system that you were working on that wasn't. I'm not as comfortable as I thought I would be, you guys. A belief system or a thought, that you were playing with that was self-destructive thoughts here, that you finally gained power over and have gotten rid of. That is the impression that I'm getting with this Ace of Swords, which is wonderful clarity. It's clarity of mind, clarity of thinking. And surely that's taken you to a calmer area, mentally speaking, in your mind, where you don't feel the need to worry too much. You're just simply going with the flow here. You finally feel as though this year will be different from the previous year. This year is going to be a better year for sure than what we saw in 2016. It's definitely a good year for health. Now is a good period for your health in general. You're starting to feel better. If you were not feeling better, if you were feeling under the weather, then hopefully you've recuperated since then and are feeling full force. Some of you are experiencing breakthroughs in terms of your physical development, finding new ways that you can use your body, like really unlocking your potential that way. That's great, you guys. And you gather your strength by being close to water. So even though it's quite cold these days, because we're still midwinter. Well, I don't know. It's always warm where I am, right? Even though it's been raining for the past few days. But I suppose that if you are in the States or Canada, then it's not so warm. And Europe, of course, it's definitely not warm. And it might not be very possible for you to go out for a swim unless you have an indoor pool that you frequent. But I highly encourage that you spend some time next to the water. If you don't want to actually get wet, then take a walk along the creek. Go for a cold beach walk. Walk on the beach. Why not? And this will certainly help you feel better if you're still feeling kind of like you're locked in the trenches. I don't know why that came to me. I want to know more about this King of Wands. This is the Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries here that seems to be playing a part with this a part in this tower that's taking effect. And this tower can be affecting your relationships at this time. It can also be affecting your career and your flow of money. So for some of you, you're seeing a windfall come your way, which is fantastic. Others of you may be experiencing severe backlash in your relationships, and this doesn't have to be with a fire sign, but it could be with this fire sign. And like I said, most of my queries in the last few days have been coming from air signs who are a bit concerned about the Pisces in their life, and they don't have to be concerned in a negative way, but it's more, you don't usually seek advice from tarot readers if you're 100% comfortable with the situation. But this doesn't suggest that what Pisces is doing is wrong in any way. It's just that you may be so self-absorbed during this time that you're finding it difficult to communicate with others, or rather unnecessary to communicate with others, where you're fine on your own and you don't need this added ego boost from anyone. You don't need this extra attention. You like it, sure, but it's not making much of a difference in your life at this time, Pisces, because you seem to have a good hold, good control over your finances, work in general. Your home life is okay. I mean, the Sun card is right in the middle of your reading, and that's what I love about this part of your spread here. That I have, like, when I look at this spread, I don't see that there's anything to complain about. So let's have a look with the Deviant Moon. See if there's anything we can add to this reading. Ooh, look at that. Temperance. To clarify, the Ace of Swords, okay? Wow. Two of Wands to clarify the Six of Swords. And so with this combination here, part of this aura of calmness that might be coming over you right now, which of course has a lot to do with this clarity here, finally making this breakthrough. It's almost like having an epiphany about how it is that you really need to run your life right now, has caused you to really feel like you don't even have to choose between two different paths, that you can simply do both, and do both really well. You can juggle between these things really well. I don't have the Two of Pentacles here, so actually using the word juggle is inaccurate. However, the influence that Temperance is having on your reading is that it encourages a good balance of things to occur, and it suggests that you're able to you're able to determine how much time and effort and energy you put into things without compromising the quality of your work. The Devil, the King of Pentacles. Wow. Some cards just have been recurring in people's readings this month. I feel like I'm somehow attracting these cards into the reading. I'm not saying that I'm being personally biased right now. It's just that I've noticed, for instance, this Devil card come out. Not necessarily with this deck, but more with the Rider-Waite-A-Lot, and the King of Pentacles has been showing up as well. So it's interesting here to see the Devil be placed on top of the Sun card, because to me, these two cards are contradictions. With the Sun card, we're feeling comfortable, we're feeling at home. We don't feel a need to change anything much in our environment because we've already done the work. However, with the Devil, it's almost as though there's still dust that needs to be cleared away. Almost like there are some demons in a few of your closets. So this, I say a few because it's not applying to everyone. I think it's only going to apply to a few. of you guys. So we might be dealing with a Capricorn here. That's who this King of Pentacles may be. Someone who's like watching over your finances, or the hand that feeds, perhaps. Okay. So what can we make of all of this? We have two court cards. King of Pentacles, King of Wands. We're dealing with fire signs, we're dealing with earth signs, mostly earth signs, since the devil is Capricorn. But Temperance, actually, is also Sagittarius. Funnily enough, absolutely no air signs. So if you're an air sign watching this video, curious about a Pisces, well then I don't know what to tell you, but they seem to be preoccupied with other things right now. Their own self-development, self-improvement is on their mind. Which again, leads me to say that you might not have a lot of time to pay attention to people around you because you're not necessarily craving attention from those around you. And your mind is definitely on how you can expand your ideas at this time. How to give birth to new ideas at this time, actually. How to revive older concepts that you had. So how to spice up your existing business, your existing baby, so to speak. For those of you who've built your businesses from the ground up, you want to nourish your business at this time. And how you do that best, Pisces, my advice, okay, to you, is not necessarily by integrating something new, a new element into your business right now, but rather by looking at how you can improve its existing functions. So have a look over your records, the history, your track records, and to see how well your performance has been recently, and try to gain the lessons and insights that history has to teach you. Reach out to your clients, for example, ask them for testimonials, ask them for their experiences, advice, their opinion as to how you can improve your services. For example, if you are in the client servicing domain, ask them what sort of classes they'd like to receive from you. If you are in the consulting field, where let's say you give workshops for a living, if you are a trainer, teacher, all of these people, they go together for me. If you are in the creative field, think back to certain products or services again that people have asked you in the past to give to them, but which you were incapable of, perhaps because of a lack of finances, a lack of time, a lack of resources. You needed more team members to assist you. And see how you can start to integrate these new these fresh new ideas, these fresh new concepts into your existing business without actually kickstarting them at this time, because it's not a very good time right now to launch new projects. I would wait until the new moon. And we also have a full moon on the 11th of April, which is a very good time for you to conclude any business, any businesses that are ongoing or pending or tentative. Now is the right time to look over your strategy, for example, and just take care of any loose ends that you have. But come April 26th, it's a great time to actually introduce your new ideas, your fresh new ideas. So now you can think about it. You can think about how to integrate it and then actually launch it towards the end of the month. That I would definitely suggest. And I'm placing emphasis on that because that's what this Three of Wands is about here. And with this King of Pentacles, this may be you taking on this entrepreneurial energy of how it is that you can make more money, where you're concerned now with really building a name for yourself and your brand activation, so on and so forth. But I would be cautious again, because this Devil card is right next to the King of Pentacles. And if we're not talking about your entrepreneurial spirit, Pisces, then we're talking about someone who wants to leverage your business somehow. And someone who has the ability to affect how you work and how your business functions, essentially. So this might be someone to watch out for. It looks like by the end of the month, you're going to be socializing, going to be getting together with friends, having a good time, feeling more lively, feeling like you have more energy. You will be attracting people once again, Pisces. You were already attracting people last month, and you'll have this aspect again come and revisit you, which is always nice. So there can be a lot of hookups, there can be reconciliations, there can be friends coming from the past whom you haven't spoken to in a while, getting together with family members, getting together with past loves. But it's generally a very good feeling here, and I wouldn't be worried of anything ominous coming your way, like anything bad. In fact, as long as you have this awesome Sun card here, then it lights up your entire reading, which is beautiful. It does seem, however, that the first half of the month is less problematic and less troubling than the latter half of the month, where things seem to be a bit calmer at first. You really feel more balanced, on top of your game, again, because you dealt with whatever you had to deal with last month, and you're coming into April with fresh new eyes and a new perspective and a full kind of like this unstoppable force. But then you encounter issues here and there, some hurdles that cause you to stop and trace back to how it is that you've gotten here, just in case you've missed something. For the most part, I feel that this Tower is really influencing you mostly when it comes to your business matters, financial matters, to some degree even doubting yourself the second half of the month. Like I said, you start feeling confident that you don't even have to choose between two 2 projects or 2 jobs, that you can maybe even manage both. But then comes creeping this devil card here, and with this King of Pentacles energy that urges you to be more down to earth, that reminds you that you need to be grounded, that reminds you that you have to be rational when it comes to making key decisions this month, that you can't be too hasty. With Mercury going retrograde as well, you might suffer from some communication lapses. It affects you less than it affects other signs, Pisces, but nonetheless, when a planet as major as Mercury goes retrograde, then we're all affected in this manner. And this can add strain to your relationships as well, which is why I would watch out for this tarot card also kind of playing a role in your relationships this month. So, and on the topic of the retrograde, since the retrograde tends to affect Gemini and I'm really not thinking so clearly, you guys, but for those of you who have Mercury very strong in your natal chart, Gemini being one of those, you also may not be thinking very clearly. And so how Mercury retrograde is going to affect your partner, if your partner happens to be a Pisces, is because of your inability to clearly communicate with your partner at this time. You don't necessarily have the words to express yourself as much as you'd like to. So I ask you, Pisces, to also take it easy when it comes to your partners who may be feeling the effect of the retrograde more intensely than you, and who may also be more short-tempered than usual during this time, because it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating for those of us who want to express our love, who want to put ourselves out there, but don't necessarily know how to pick the right words in the right time, and then we end up erupting into an argument. So it might be a good time to take some time to yourself, of course. Write down your thoughts, perhaps in a journal or in a diary. Write your thoughts down in a letter. We tend to be more careful when we write things down, especially if we intend on giving a letter to someone, because you have time to think about what it is that you want to write and communicate. Write it down. Whilst you're writing it, you have the opportunity to read it through as well. You have the opportunity to edit and proofread it and make any last minute changes, which means that we are a lot more careful when we communicate through text messages, through emails, and through traditional writing measures. That means measures. Why this month. So not that I encourage digital communication. I'm not a huge fan of chatting and WhatsApping and all of that, just because I think it can be detrimental to a relationship more than it can help, especially if it starts to replace the core communication that couples need to have nowadays. You should never have a serious conversation over text, you guys. I would really suggest having a face-to-face. Even a phone conversation is better than text. But what I'm trying to say is that when we text and when we email and when we write, we have a higher chance of picking our words more wisely, just because we have time to react. On the other hand, the disadvantage here is that we lack the non-verbal communication, which is very important. Body language, your facial expressions, even the tone of your voice has a lot to say to your partner. So never substitute a face-to-face for anything else. If you can afford to meet and talk and discuss your issues, get your issues out there, then I suggest you do it in person. But that's just my advice for those of you who may be having difficulties right now in your relationships. Just having another look here to see if I've missed anything. And I don't think I have, Pisces. So that means I will end your reading here. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your subscribes, your likes, and your shares. Feel free to contact me. I'm leaving my link in the description below if you'd like to have a private reading with me, if you just want to chat and say hi. I'm here for you guys. I'll be coming back to do your mid-monthlies, and I'm actually really excited because it means that I get to spend more time on YouTube. I get to build this community more, but of course I couldn't do it without you. So I really do encourage you to be active on my channel. Leave me a comment, drop me a line. If you have friends who you think will enjoy this channel, by all means, share away. And all my love to you. Love you guys. Okay. Bye.